But yeah, so.
So is there any light coming in? Why do I feel so glary?
I mean, the light's coming in from here.
Maybe it's just my eyes.
I'm wondering what if I maybe like lessen it a little bit. That works a little bit better actually. All right. Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Welcome to another episode of the Legacy Knits podcast. My name is Chelsea.
My name is Sue.
I'm the daughter mother.
Love their grandmother.
And we're coming to you from the great state of Vermont. We are back for, this is going to kind of be like our Valentine's episode.
I can't believe I got all that yarn dyed yesterday.
You were crushing yesterday.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we've got new Valentine's yarn.
Office space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. So we have that. I've got some really beautiful pieces from Luisa to share with you.
Because Valentine's Day, Jacob's birthday. Who cares about Valentine's Day when it's Jacob's birthday?
It's my brother's birthday.
Sorry.
February 14th. He's turning 35. It's a big one this year.
He didn't even know it was a big one.
I know.
I agree 5 years.
I agree with you. If it ends in a 5 or a 0, it's a big year.
It's a big year.
It's a milestone.
It's a milestone.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel too.
Yeah.
So yes, I've got some fun jewelry pieces to show you. We've got yarn to show you. We've got a bunch of new knits, which I think are going to be really fun to show you.
I've been knitting like crazy and I can't figure it out because I've also been working a lot. Like, I don't know how this happened.
The universe just required it. Like, you needed it, so the universe made it so.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's how it feels. Like, I feel the same way. A lot of people will say to me, like, you knit so much, how? And I'm like, do I though? And then I look and I'm like, I kind of do.
You do. We do. Yeah. I just don't know when it happened because, like, I literally worked most of the weekend.
Knitting fairies, maybe.
I do believe they exist.
They do exist.
I do believe that.
For any new viewers, thank you for being here.
Yes.
Welcome. We are a podcast about knitting, crocheting, cross-stitching, yarn dyeing, fabric dyeing, spinning, all of the fibery fun. And we are quilting.
I didn't bring it down, darn it.
You can always run up and get it if you want to. And we are the co-owners of the Legacy Fiber Arts yarn dyeing and fabric dyeing company.
Yes, fabric. So Rachel at Treehouse Fiber Arts carries our fabric. And most of it is gone. I think she said she's got some Aida left, which is hand-dyed Aida is beautiful. It's what you work on.
Yes, I do.
It's what you work on, and I have fabric coming any minute now, and we're gonna do another big batch.
I'm so excited. I need to pick out another piece for the spring.
Yeah, because I have some upstairs for you.
Okay, well, before we get into all the fibery goodness, I do want to take a couple minutes to thank our sponsors of this video.
I'm gonna sit back and knit and watch you.
We have been partnered with Luisa for a long time now. I love their jewelry. I have quite an extensive collection. I was actually just telling Mom today I'm going to bring some over and have her pick some because I have so much I can't even wear it all. But I am excited because I picked out a few heart-themed pieces for February, Valentine's Day. So I'm going to show them to you.
14th, in case you didn't know.
Yes, which, you know what? I didn't realize a lot of people don't know when Valentine's Day is.
How is that possible?
I say a lot of people. Justin asks me every year.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine that. To me, that's just a fundamental date.
Same, but then I think, is it because it was Jake's birthday and we just always knew it coincided? February 14th.
Maybe, because you know what? It never entered my mind that I could have a Valentine's baby.
Right. So maybe
was I on time? I don't know.
I want to know your feedback down in the comments.
Yes, like I don't always know when Thanksgiving is, but doesn't it change?
It does change.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Easter changes.
Easter changes.
See, most holidays change. February 14th never changes.
That one, St. Patty's Day, doesn't change.
Oh, I don't know when that is.
March I want to say 13th. Okay. But see, I don't know for sure. So maybe, anyway, February 14th for all of y'all who don't know. I got these really fun, I'm going to have to get in a little bit closer here. So these are hoop earrings, but they're in the shape of a heart. You can look at little hearts, but they're hoops. And I like them because they're kind of understated. So that was one of the pieces. I also got this cute little heart-shaped necklace, as well as this cute necklace with hearts on it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give one to each of my kiddos for Valentine's Day.
I love that idea.
They will
because
love
they
them.
and well, Charlie in particular loves jewelry.
She's a fancy girl. No, she's not so interested.
Yeah. Charlie is a fancy Nancy.
She's a fancy Nancy. It's true.
She is.
So if you have a fancy Nancy in your life or know of anybody that you would like to shop for this Valentine's Day season, be sure to head down to the link below for up to 25% off your purchase using our link.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Up to 25% off. So yes, thank you again, Anna Luisa, for sponsoring this video. Now let's talk some knitting.
Let's talk some knitting. I've been knitting like a fiend.
You have.
I've been dyeing yarn like a fiend. Let's talk about the studio.
Oh yes, let's talk. I'm curious. Tell me.
Well, it's interesting because all of a sudden I'm getting a lot done and ending my day shorter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've finally settled in.
Okay.
I think the layout, everything about it is working really well for me.
That makes sense.
Because it's like literally, even today I had quite a bit to do before you got here, and it was done immediately.
You figured it out.
I feel like maybe there's like dye fairies coming in doing more behind my back, and I'm like, oh, I got so much done. I don't know, but I don't know. Feel like the flow of the space is really working for me.
Well, so when did we wrap this project up?
I was trying to remember that. I had already started Advents, and I remember thinking I need to get out there because I can't keep doing...
Could it have been 6 months ago?
I want to say 6 months.
I mean, that tracks, though. I mean, that's a good amount of time to get familiar, figure out what doesn't work, what does work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, I love it. I'm really enjoying it. That's the other piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
I always enjoy the work, but there are times where it becomes work that you just have no choice. Like Saturday, I really wanted to get Schitt's Creek out.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like, oh my God, it's Saturday and I have to work. All of a sudden, I was just doing it. I hadn't planned it. It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I was originally going to, on Monday, ship on Wednesday, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
So I don't know.
You're in a good rhythm.
I'm in a good rhythm.
I don't know about you, but like right now, just in general, living life, I feel like anything that I can kind of dive into to occupy my brain.
Yes.
I find I'm just naturally gravitated towards.
Yes, I totally agree. And I also think there's such a strong need right now to be present in what you're doing. And I have a feeling that's a piece of it for me, is just realizing the more present I am in my work, the better off I am.
The better you can serve. And,
yes.
Yes.
So having said that, Schitt's Creek has left the building on Monday.
And I have mine.
I don't think we should show
No,
it.
I don't have it here. I just mean I have.
Yes. And I have mine
one.
too, and I love it. And so let's clear up a few things about Schitt's Creek before we keep going, because there's a lot of confusion around, do we have to order every month? Yes, you do. It's so much easier on the administrative side.
100%.
In case like, oh, this month I don't want it, or
I had a reoccurring payment and our banks changed, or it's just to avoid
so many logistics.
The additional administration, because I mean,
we are just very simple. Like, my goal is to always keep things as simple as possible, because then it works better for us. So yes, you have to order them every month, and every month we will offer a micro set, a sock set,
and then the option
add-on.
An option to add on a DK mini of the main colorway.
Yes. And there was one other thought around, when you're placing your orders, ideally, that is all we would have you order.
It should be its own separate transaction with its own separate shipping charge.
Yes, so that what happens is, well, we can work around it for sure. Like, there are people who've ordered and then 3 other skeins of 3 other colors, and it's not really an issue. It's just that you're not going to get those until the Schitt's Creek orders go out.
So if you're willing to wait, totally fine. Lump it all in with one shipping charge. But yeah, if we see an order with Schitt's Creek come in with additional skeins, we are just going to assume that you are willing to wait.
Yes.
And you will get those when the club ships out.
Perfectly said.
Bingo. Bongo. And I also will say, and I can clip this out, but if you are like, oh my gosh, but what if I miss a month? Like, what if I miss it by a couple of days and you take down the listing? Always feel free to reach out.
Yes.
There's normally a lot of flexibility with dyeing. The only time it's going to be tricky is if the pre-order has come, they've shipped out, and we're on to the next month.
Yeah, like right now, we would not fill an order unless I had one laying around, which I don't.
Right.
So yeah.
So like now you wouldn't be able, like we couldn't accommodate a January pre-order, but say in 3 weeks we had taken down the pre-order, but we haven't started shipping yet, and you reach out to us, there's always a possibility that we could throw an extra skein in there. So never hesitate to reach out. And
quite often I don't dye the exact number. I always go over.
Yeah.
But I went over this time and it was exactly the right amount.
Yeah. It's been a really popular club. Thank you all so much for the amazing response. We are so excited.
We hope you love it.
Yeah. I already love the first colorway. I can't wait to see what you do. Do you have an idea for this next one?
None. Haven't thought about it.
I'll have to look through.
Yeah, and February is a short month.
It is a short month, that's true.
Yeah, it's a very short month. And then, so typically we put up the next months at the end of the previous month.
Yep. So yeah, typically when we're shipping out 1 month, we're listing the next month.
Yeah.
So those are up now for February. So if you're watching this and you're like, I wonder if I would enjoy that. Go and grab yourself one.
You would.
Go and grab yourself one.
And last cleanup is if you order a micro skein, it comes with a heels, toes, and cuff mini skein. That is enough for a full size up to almost a size 9 women's sock, as long as you use the heels, toes, and cuff add-on.
Yeah, you have to use that mini skein to get a full set of socks.
Yes.
If you don't want to use the mini skein, then you can do shorties, like super shorties.
Yep.
But anyway, very good reminder.
Yeah. Okay.
So
what have you been knitting on?
Well, let me finish winding this ball of yarn and I will show you.
I'm going to show something because you're all going to die. Probably most people have seen it if you follow us other places. Because the last podcast, it was like, oh, I've got to make one of those.
Yeah, and she is. And I'm wearing mine. Look at that. This is the Vienna set by Petite Knit.
I bought the pattern.
Love it.
I cannot wait. It's my stupid phone.
Does it always do that?
No, the charger, like, it comes in, it goes out.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. I bought the pattern because, yes, I am making the matching mittens because our lovely friend Michelle provided me with some of this for mittens.
So excited.
And hats, and this is so fun.
Isn't it the best thing ever?
It's so fun. So Michelle had sent you a lot of extra. I had some, but I've used some of, I think this was one that she sent.
Yeah.
Look at that. Sorry.
And look at the take my eye
off. Oh, I love it.
It just reminds me of Easter.
Yes.
I love it's the halo that mohair gives.
Yes. It's delicious, and it's been so cold and I want to use it so bad, but I refuse.
You got to do, mine is so freaking long.
I know, and I refuse to be like, oh, I want to be done.
No, don't be done.
No, I'm not gonna.
Because I had to stop myself. I wanted to keep going, and I was like, this is going to be too much.
Yeah, see, and I am going to be sad when it's over. I honestly think if you have someone really, really, really special in your life, what a beautiful gift this would be.
And you could knit it, like I could see myself knitting one for Graham, though I don't know she's a scarf person. But it's something that you could knit on all year long and just kind of like, think about them, knit some intentions into it, and then around the holiday season or a birthday or whenever. It doesn't need to wait, but yeah, to gift somebody something that takes that much time, look at this. Such a meaningful gift. I love that. That's Denise's color.
I know. I think I made your shorties.
Yep.
And I had all that left. That's why there's so much there.
Holy cow, it's beautiful. Yeah. I love that colorway.
Yeah, so I'm obsessed. Doing this podcast today is going to be a good thing and a bad thing.
It's a blessing and a curse, I know.
But I am done with most work. We have to do photographs today, but most work for the day, so
you'll be able to tuck in when we're done here. Yeah. Well, I just finished winding my DK weight mini skein. I don't know. This one's from our Advent. There we go. I love this colorway. This was from our children's bookshelf.
I love that Advent
DK
so much.
Advent. I'm so happy that I got a DK one this year.
Same.
So I've already started my Sweet Shop blanket, which I think I said last podcast I need to start one of those.
Yes, and look how far you are. We are such copycats. I generally am more of a copycat.
I had to copy you on
but
this
you
one.
copied me.
I did. I
love
had to.
it.
So this is a pattern by Laura Penrose. It is knit with DK weight yarn. So I am using our 2024 DK weight Advent kit that we sold. And I'm doing half the mini and half vanilla bean, just like Mom is. And you can get 2 squares out of 1 mini.
Yep. So it's each square equals 10 grams of each color.
Right.
So if you're trying to do the math around that, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it. So if you have a 20 gram mini skein, you get 2.
Yeah.
So I'm loving it so far. I don't know how big I'm gonna make this. I
know.
I think I'm gonna. This is gonna kind of be like my year-long blanket project.
So are you gonna put your 9, or was it 12 days?
Was it the cookie swap?
Was that 12? That was 12.
12. Yeah, I think so.
So you have those 12.
Wait. I think you gave me fingering weight for those, didn't you?
No.
You gave me DK. So yeah, I have them all in this basket.
Yep. I'm pretty sure.
I am using 6 to 8 though for one of these. I'm gonna knit for. I'm just gonna call him my nephew. For all intents and purposes, he's my nephew. For probably his birthday because I knit.
When's his birthday?
Either June or July.
End of June.
So I knit him a blanket for when he was born as a car seat blanket, and my cousin and his wife have both said like, oh, he uses it so much, would you be willing to knit him a bigger one? And so this is the pattern I chose to do.
It's perfect.
Should I go into that? I might as well,
Yeah,
right? It would
go
make
for
sense. So I'll look at the mini skeins that I've picked out. Okay, so the ones that I've picked out so far, and I did post this over on Blue Sky. Wink, wink.
Same, I'm there too.
We are on Blue Sky now. We are so excited. I'm really loving the new platform. I'm not gonna lie.
I love what you're doing with it.
It feels so much less formal than Instagram. So I don't know what it is about the platform, but it feels like I don't mind just like taking a picture real time and just throwing it up there.
So not having the whole...
Right, the caption needs to be perfect. You wanna know what it is? You have limited characters. I think that's what it is, where it's like, well, I can't go on in this flowery language because I only have however many characters.
I have so enjoyed everything you've posted. I only posted one thing.
I didn't even see it.
This.
I have to go over and look. I'm not on there a super lot, but...
I said, do you think I can finish it in a week?
Oh, I have to go over. I'll have to repost it. Okay, so over on Blue Sky, I posted a picture of this, and it was with a different skein of foxpaw, so it looked a little different. But this is going to be my neutral or my main color for the Sweet Shop blanket, where the vanilla bean is in my current one. So it's going to be this. And then here are the minis that I've chosen. How am I going to do this? I'm going to do it.
I love watching you try to do it.
Look at this. I'm going to do it. No, dang it. Hang on.
You got it. You got it.
Did I get it?
I don't know. I can't see that far away.
My fingers are just too in the way. Okay, well here are the mini skeins that I've chosen so far. I might add 2 more to make it a little bit bigger.
I love it. Also, we have mini skeins in the other room. Lots of them.
For what?
That are from our monthly clubs.
More minis. And then this will be the other side. So I'm excited. I think it'll be a really sweet blanket.
Now I want to work on that.
Oh my gosh, it's so addicting. Okay,
everything about knitting is for me right now.
Same.
Everything, the motion. I was quilting, like hand quilting up a storm, and then I picked up my knitting again, and it's like...
I know, it's so addicting. Well, one more thing about this project. Did you notice something that isn't hanging off of my blanket?
Are you knitting them in?
No, I'm weaving them. I have a very specific way I like to weave my ends in.
Okay.
It's because I think it was a very Pink Knitz tutorial where it's like you follow the smiles and then the umbrellas and then the smiles and then the umbrellas. So what it does is it secures it in there as if it's like a stitch, but you still have all the stretch and it doesn't come out.
Oh, I like it.
Like you can't even...
So you're not wrapping, you're going like this.
Yeah, so you can kind of feel it's a little more dense here, but it's because you're going up and over, down and under, up and over.
The construction is so beautiful on that and brilliant.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't know if I was going to stick with it because I thought it was going to be too... I don't even know the word. Like, just it wasn't going to be easy enough for me to just...
pick up and knit.
Yeah.
And once you work on it for a while, I'd need directions again. Just for
I still do, honestly, for every square, just so that I'm 100% sure I'm doing it right.
But it's a quick look at the directions. It's not like following them for the whole square.
The first few for sure, but then after that, you're just like, oh, I see. I see now.
Makes sense.
So yeah, it's a really fun one. And it knits up so fast. Like this was
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And like didn't knit on it a ton, to be honest. So like if you have a baby blanket that you want to knit, like you can make it as many squares as you want. So like even...
It's a beautiful baby blanket.
Right? Like for a car seat blanket, I feel like you could even do one less row, have it be 3 by 3, and it would, and like I-cord edge it. That being said, Laura does have 3 to 4 different size options where she actually like tells you what the measurements are in the schematics.
I didn't even look at that. I just figure I'll do whatever I want.
Totally. But if that isn't kind of the way your brain works and you're like, no, I need someone to tell me.
Yes,
she has
that is for
all
people.
laid out.
Yeah.
Her patterns are
so
chef's
good.
kiss.
Did you look at the cardigan one yet?
Not yet, but I'm dying to.
Just send me a picture when you get it.
I'll put it on the screen here. So we're talking about Laura Penrose's latest pattern.
I guess I did not realize she was a pattern writer.
I knew because she, the Vlogmas that I followed her pretty closely, it might have been a couple years, she was designing a pillow pattern very similar to the, it looked like a
gorgeous pillow.
Well, the one that she designed, I don't remember the name of it, but it looked like a quilt square, a really big one. It's gorgeous. And now having knit this, I'm like, that feels more attainable. Like, I think I understand how she did it.
You could use this technique and do, I don't know what it would be, like a star. Using that technique alone.
Show you.
Oh, darn it.
Oops.
We need more hours in our day again.
So many more. Yeah, like, look. Okay, so there's a blanket that she designed.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep, but then she has a pillow that goes exactly like it. And then here, my phone is so dark.
It is so dark. Oh.
So there's the Midland cardigan.
Oh, can you blow it up?
Yes.
Sorry. Oh.
So it's garter. So look at this construction. Hang on. Super cool. And she has a whole video right now on YouTube where she describes, I know, in detail how it's constructed, like how, so this button band is a double knit button band.
I don't know it.
I'm assuming you knit out double this and then you fold it back in.
Oh, okay.
So she really, from listening to this video that she did, really seems like she has a really comprehensive understanding of how to create structure in a sweater.
Yeah, it's important.
Well, especially with garter stitch, which this, again, I'll put it on the screen here. This is garter stitch.
And is it in one piece or are the sleeves separate?
One piece. No.
Because that's when you need more structure too.
Don't quote me on that. I believe it's one piece, but I don't remember.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I love that green too.
I know.
She
used Woolly Mammoth Fiber Co. Delicious.
I've never bought any of their yarn. I know. Do you have some?
I do. I'm knitting. Oh, I don't have it with me right now, but I'm knitting a colorwork sweater right now with some of her yarn.
Oh.
Remember the one I'm doing with Spin Cycle, and then it's like kind of like a feathery motif. I
vaguely
haven't knit it for so long.
Vaguely.
But yeah, so Natalie, actually, if you're watching this, I haven't had a chance to reach out to you yet, but Natalie gifted me the pattern. Thank you so much. I literally was watching the video on YouTube that I was just talking about, thinking like, oh, I got to buy that pattern. I'm going to go look for yarn.
You said that to me, and I was like, well, somebody bought it for you. I saw it on her email.
Yep.
Yeah,
thank you, Natalie. Nice. Thank you so much. I'm going to be casting it on because I've been missing working on a garment.
I'm loving this.
I know it looks okay. So you have to show the people.
Okay.
Show the people what they want.
So, I'm doing another Silverlinings because the colors are so different, and I love the pattern so much.
And you wear yours a lot.
Oh my gosh!
I wear mine a lot too.
I would
but
wear it every day if I could.
Same.
Literally, I wanted to put it on today. Which I am wearing my turtle dove. I would love to make another one.
Same.
This is such
I've said it for years.
cozy sweater.
We should.
I feel like we should use our chunky.
That would be so fun.
Or use our worsted with Surrey.
I think that would be my
I
choice.
know. I'm all
The
about
Surrey
Surrey
is
right
so
now.
good.
I'm all about mohair and Surrey. So I am loving this, loving this, loving this. I'm always so happy when the color work is done. Like, I enjoy color work, but I hit a wall with it. And I hit it like probably about 8 rows back. Like Sunday, it took me all day, 2 car rides, visit with you, probably for 5 rows. I'm not kidding.
It's hard when you get to the bitter end too, because you're only doing like a stitch here, a stitch there. It's like, oh, just let me go around and around.
Yes, and my needles were too short, which is on me. I was so frustrated, but now I split for the sleeves. And I'm just going round and around and around. I'm in heaven.
It looks so
I'm
peaceful.
in heaven. I'm all about the garter or the stockinette right now.
Between
going
that
round
and the
round.
scarf,
Yeah,
it's perfect.
yeah. I do have a pair of socks I was working on too.
I have something super fun I wanted to
Show me. Or show them. I forgot. There's people here.
Hello, you. All right, let's see here. So, I started and finished this in about a day.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I'm so mad I still have not gotten to Joann's to get snap
Oh,
enclosures.
get there fast.
I know.
I really think it's closing.
Our Joann's is closing supposedly.
Oh,
All Joann's
we're
are
spreading
closing.
rumors.
Yeah, don't listen
Everything
to us.
I've heard is that.
But maybe do a little research because they could be.
Yeah.
So this pattern, oh, I'm gonna forget the designer. Shoot,
Isn't
shoot.
it,
It is a knit e-reader cozy. I'll put the designer on the screen here and I'll tell you who it is once this uploads. But I have a Kindle. We are big readers. You all know this if you have been here before. If
I'm
not,
struggling
we are big readers.
again.
Are you?
Listening to a great book. We'll talk about it.
Oh, okay. So I have a Kindle. I love my Kindle. And, but when I throw it in my bag, I'm not gonna lie, every time I throw it in a bag or something, I envision like a knitting needle or something just like jabbing into the screen and ruining it. And now I realize that this is not gonna stop that, but it could stop like superficial scratches and stuff like
a lot
that.
of stuff. Does it fit with the pop?
It does,
Oh, good.
surprisingly.
Okay.
Yes, I was worried about that because I opted to add in some color work from Charlotte. Charlotte Stone. Hi, Charlotte, if you're watching this.
Hey, Charlotte.
Has gifted us both of her amazing color work sock pattern books. They're stunning. We've talked about them before. This particular motif is from the Joyful Sock Knitting. I'm going to put a picture of the...
Is this the one she made the hat out of? She's just put out a hat using...
Oh, she might have. But, so I saw this e-reader cozy and I was like, I need one, first off. But the pattern itself is pretty, I think it's just designed to be like a one color. No. Ooh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, sorry. We'll give Charlotte a little...
Look, hang on, let me get it focused. Oh. Thank you, whoever that was.
Thank you. That's real life.
So this was a different flower motif from her Joyful Sock Knitting book. But so anyway, so this was designed to just be a one skein, or you can stripe it. It's just a vanilla e-reader cozy. But when I saw it, I immediately like had this vision of flowers. For some reason, I don't know why. So I was like, let me just go take a peek at our pattern book. And I kind of like flipped around. I also want to make one with gnomes on it. Because yes, there are gnome socks in that book.
Will the math work? It probably will.
I'll make
All
it
the
work.
math's the same.
So this is what I was thinking too, because I'm going to be knitting a few of these, obviously. What I was thinking of doing is having it just be like one motif up the front, and so in the center, so like having like, I don't know, gnome, flower, but then having the rest of it just be the color. So
That'd
to just
be super cute, like checkerboard.
Yes.
That'd be so cute.
Or just having it do like gnome, another motif, like having it be kind of like offset.
And would the background be a different colors?
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
We'll see. I have a lot of playing around to do. I've been having so much fun.
It's so fun.
So yeah, but if you are like, no, this is, I don't want to think that much. Don't think that much. All you have to do is find your favorite skein of yarn or a favorite few skeins of yarn. You can stripe it. You can just knit it one beautiful skein. I used our...
You can scrappy it.
You can scrappy it for sure. Like it could be a fun little, I mean, not advent because you'd be done in a second, but you know.
Or even use some self-striping yarn.
That could be the ticket. It does call for DK weight yarn, so, but again, you could always fudge that too. You can find a way to make it work.
You could marl it.
Could marl it. I used our Hope colorway. It does not want to focus. There we go. I used our Hope colorway, which is our 2025 signature color. Our Hydrangea colorway. And then this golden yellow is one of the mini skeins from the Advent kit from the 2024. So I love it. I thought it was just super fun. And how I'm going to finish it is first I'll weave in the ends, but then I'm gonna fold this down so that the inside is Hope and the outside is Hydrangea. And then there are 3 different enclosures that she includes. There's an elastic one, the snap one, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some snaps and sew them on.
I would love a snap. Elastic, I don't think I would enjoy.
I don't think I would enjoy it either. I just feel like I like the idea of having it just look perfectly square instead of having it cinched in.
Agree.
But an elastic might be just simpler, I don't know, to make. And then there was another one that I can't remember. But I'm also tossing around the idea of potentially sewing a fabric liner.
You were saying that.
For the inside. Just because there are floats, and I do have a pop socket on my Kindle. Now, I've put it in and out of here before, and I haven't had any issues.
You could also, you know how they do the knitting, the mittens with the liner?
Oh,
so you could pick up,
true.
knit it this way, and then fold it in.
But you know what I'm wondering? I should have added more stitches though, because my Kindle fits perfectly. So I'm afraid it would be too tight.
Mohair.
Could do mohair, that's true. Do you know how to do it?
I could figure it out.
So maybe I'll knit an inner liner, just to avoid the floats. Anyways, it was super fun, super quick. Another great gift knit.
Such a good, I think we need to remember this around the holidays. Have a gift knit show.
A whole show.
A whole show on gift knitting. Like nobody knows what to make.
Well, but I always appreciate it.
I do too. I appreciate more when I go in a yarn shop in November and they have kits.
Yeah.
For like specific things. I love that.
Same. Yeah. All right. Well, that was one of my favorite projects that I've knit recently.
All right. Well,
it is.
I can't remember how far I was on these the last time.
Okay.
But it's so funny. I was telling Chels. I can't remember. Did I have a whole one done? I think so.
You did because I posted it.
Yeah. And then we have the second one.
There you go.
I love, first of all, when I dyed Hope, I've been like this a lot lately. I was kind of like, oh gosh, I'm not sure. It hasn't really hit me. And now I love it.
It might be one of my favorites, to be honest.
I had a bunch drying and I was like, oh my God, I love that color.
It's just it's different from your normal dyeing technique, it feels like.
It is, and I love it. So this is Cozy Toes. Oh my gosh.
It's like butter.
Cozy
like
Toes.
Just touching it, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I love Cozy Toes. It's always my go-to. We're so lucky to be able to just grab it because it is pricier for sure.
I love that. And that's the Crunkled sock pattern by Kay Jones. Did you already say that?
Yep. No. But this is one of those, I always leave it by my bedside because I get this craving for sock knitting and it fits every bit of it for me because it's enough of a pattern that it's engaging, but you don't have to think about it.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it
So
does.
yeah, I'm in love with
those.
these socks.
Look at this. I did bring it. This is the pattern. Remember, and I was like, I don't know if I like the way it's working up.
Is this a
Yeah, Steingass.
I love it.
Me too.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah. I don't know why I packed it because I haven't done any work on it, but this was the pattern I was talking about where I was like, oh, it's feathery. It's a Jennifer Steingass pattern. I don't know what it is. And then I have some spin cycle that I'm working the yoke in. But this yarn is the main color.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
This is Woolly Mammoth Fiber Co. I don't know Colorway or anything like that, but
Love it. Also, my yoke is Junction Fiber Mill.
oh yes, Junction Fiber Mill.
You need to follow them on, well, I follow them on Instagram. I don't know if they're over there on Blue Sky, but they are very active, like social media people.
Ooh, okay, I'll check that out.
And oh my gosh, I love their yarn. Someday we have to just
go down and visit.
Go down and visit because
cool.
it's far enough, but it's not that far.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree.
It was time, once I got Schitt's Creek out the door, to think about Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are, I was going to say we brought back, but we kind of are. So we have one brand new color.
Which I love.
I love it so much. So let's show that first.
I need those
I have
DK
such a pile.
minis.
I know. And we brought back last year's because we loved it so much. Oh my God, I love the new one.
It's so good.
And then I don't remember the year we did Conversation Hearts, but it was very under, it just kind of maybe.
Been moving? It doesn't matter though, because Valentine's Day wouldn't have.
No, I just think it was one of those years, it was a last minute thought and we didn't really do much with it. And so we brought that one back and I love it. Okay, so this is this year's. Oh my gosh. So I woke up last night. So yesterday on my morning feed, so many good, I'm always like, give me titles. I need like names. And there were so many good ones. But then I dyed it and I needed to put that green. Yeah, maybe you, because I can't see. I needed to put that green in. I don't know why. I was just drawn to put that green in there. So none of the names really fit. So I think it was around 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, no big deal.
I woke up and that green was, it wasn't like it woke me up and I was up all night thinking about it.
Right.
It just entered my head. I was trying to figure out a name where that green, it made sense in a Valentine's colorway. So I kept thinking about the frog and the prince and that whole like, oh, we need something clever. So I know Rachel's up really early.
Sorry, Rach.
So I think I texted her, I waited till 6. Like, Rachel.
That's fair.
This is my thought. Like, can we get together? Can you just come up with a good name?
Yeah.
So of course she did. It's called Kiss That Frog.
Kiss that frog.
I love it so much.
There we go. I love it.
So it is in all the bases. This is Cozy Toes. But if you want, you can add on the green mini. Chelsea will set that up. So we did it for Hope and it worked really well.
I'll link it down below. So if you're like, how do I get there? Just, there'll be a link.
Yep. So Kiss That Frog in all the bases. I thought I had them all here, but maybe not.
Is that one right?
This one is so Steel Toes, Cozy Toes, Sock Sets, and DK, but I might not have brought a DK in. Is it right there? Oh, perfect. And DK.
I can spot DK from a mile away.
So that is our first release.
I love the green. Really makes it. It really makes it.
But it didn't make sense with any of the, like, how do you make it Valentine-y?
Right.
And I
love it.
The name is one of my favorites.
Kiss that frog.
Kiss
I feel like
that
I'm
frog.
chanting.
And it's like, that frog. Okay, so then last year's was I Love Me More. It was really a popular colorway. We love it. Again, all the bases. And we are going to be offering this one at 10% off.
Yes. So any of these
Combinations will be 10% off.
This one is so fun.
I know.
I feel like Charlie would be like,
Yeah, I love it.
the Cozy Toes is so freaking
It's so
good.
good. I'm telling you, it's one of those.
I wish my blanket wasn't, I mean, I love my DK. I was just saying, I think DK is my favorite weight yarn.
You love DK,
But
yes.
every time I see a skein of Cozy Toes, I'm like, I just need it.
I know.
I just
love
want it.
Cozy Toes.
Yeah.
And then this is the one, I love this so much.
good.
Conversation Hearts was, I don't know when, a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago.
I might need to take this too.
Yeah, it feels like it just never got enough attention.
Yeah, never really.
And I couldn't just let it lie. And then we have regular steel toes.
Do I not have a, oh yeah.
So
It's
all
really
the
good.
bases.
I'm gonna take one skein and just show all
Yes.
the speckles.
The speckles are so good.
They're here. I'll use the. I love that they're all so different. I
Yeah.
think that's my favorite part of it all. Is like it's really hard to get creative with any holiday that has assigned colors.
That's why the green was really throwing me on the Kiss That Frog. Yet I loved it, and I was like, why am I sacrificing the color?
Right.
Because it's not traditional.
Right. But you made it work. I love it. So they're all, let me see if I do. Oh, you have the minis here too?
Yes, and then Jen, our good friend Jen, commuter Jen, who's on every morning, was like, I hate to ask, but are you going to do minis? So you can buy the mini set. Always ask.
Always ask. Because
Always
if you
ask.
don't, I will. Because
Yeah.
I want my minis.
Yes, and I love that we're able to keep the blanket going
Yes.
for any of them working on it. Just not doing it monthly, so the pressure of that isn't on. Yet any new colorways we've been doing as add-ons.
Right.
But this, there's the 3 there, so it's called Sweetheart.
So if you want to treat yourself
Treat yourself.
so that you can work on your blanket during
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
I know. That's such a fun idea.
Right?
Let's put
Like
these
buy
in.
yourself a little mini Skein
Yeah.
bundle. Get your favorite
Add
coffee
it.
that morning.
Yeah.
Cozy in. Watch your favorite podcast or movie or show. And knit your little love minis into your blanket.
I know.
That's what I want
So
to do.
I'm super excited. I don't know how I pulled it off yesterday. I was like, and what we do is I just dye up enough for pictures. Everything is pre-orders really in our shop. I do them the same or next day.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like a pre-order.
It's like a dye to order.
It kind of, yeah. So then, yeah, they'll all go out pretty quickly.
Don't mind me. I'm just taking
Okay.
B-roll
B-roll,
so that I don't forget.
yeah.
So you get to see. Oh,
So yeah, it's been busy. Yet I've ended every day at like 1 o'clock, and I've sat and knit. What is going on?
You've always been efficient, though. You're a very efficient person. Like you will always
I am.
find the path of least resistance. It
Yes.
just like anything in life, it just takes time.
Yes.
So you've just landed.
I spend most of my time figuring out how I can get the most done in the shortest amount of time, because I require a lot of time for making. So, and we've talked about it a million times. I was a caterer. That's how a caterer works.
Right.
So there.
So there. Okay, so tell me about the book you're reading.
I'm listening to Night Road.
What's that?
Kristen Hanna.
You were telling me. You're
Yeah.
loving it.
I'm loving it. It's a great listen. Is it like the best book I've ever read? No, but
You're in it.
I'm in it.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, I don't know what is going on with me. I'm sure I know what's going on with me.
We'll leave that there.
Leave
We're
that
just gonna
there.
leave that there.
Oh my gosh, go watch Amy Beth Fat Squirrel.
Oh, I
my
will.
gosh, she just, her last one was just like, I don't know what to say. And I was like, I could feel it. Anyways, it's an audiobook. I had 3 credits. I don't know how. And now I have 2 left, and I'm so stingy.
Do you feel so rich?
I did with
I
3.
see credits and I'm like,
with 3 I felt like a millionaire,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, oh, I gotta savor.
Because when's your next month? When does it renew?
I don't even know how I get them.
That's fine.
I know.
You've got 2 more. That's
I've
a
got
big
2
deal.
more. I think I get them every month, but I don't know.
I think you do.
Anyways, I'm listening to this, and it's gut-wrenching at times.
Remind me. So I remember. So we were talking about it, and we won't give anything away here. But you were like, I just don't know where it's going to go.
It went where I thought it would, but further.
So can you give a general
Yeah,
gist?
it's a story of a very wealthy family and a young girl who was in the foster system, whose aunt took her in finally. Like, she didn't realize.
So there's a family. So there's a foster family.
Well, no, it's her aunt, but her history is she was in foster families.
Oh, got you. Okay, so
and
then
there's
her
a
aunt-
lot of history there that all comes out that I don't want to share.
Right.
And then she becomes, you know this immediately, you just know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
She becomes best friends with a girl
Okay.
in a very wealthy family. And oh my gosh, it's just gone so many directions. And I am not a crier.
Oh God, I am.
You'd be I'm literally, I'm driving last night listening to it, and I love it because all I want to do is listen to it. If you need a good listen to a Kristen Hanna.
Agree. Because, I listened to The Great Alone.
Oh, The Great Alone. The Women was one of the best listens. Like, I just had it on nonstop. Yeah. This is the same. I'm like working. It's the best way to work is with an audiobook.
Yeah, I can see that.
A good audiobook. But I'm driving home and I'm like tearing up. Mm-hmm. I'm like, holy cow, so you are like a hot mess.
Get it together, woman.
So really, really good. Really enjoying it. And then reading a Jodi Picoult.
Oh, is it that Second Chance or Second Glance or whatever the dad was talking about?
No. Actually, Bonnie is letting us borrow that.
Oh, that's right.
It's about the COVID pandemic.
Oh, interesting.
So it's very like familiar. Mm-hmm. Wish You Were Here.
Oh, that's relatively new.
Is it? It must be because
I think
COVID. Yeah,
it was 5 years ago.
I know.
Crazy. I know. But you're liking it.
I like it. I'm not. Jen, Boston Jen, said she really loved it.
Okay.
Just hang in there.
Okay.
But she did say she listened. That could make a difference.
That could, yeah.
So those are my 2 books I have going.
Love it.
What are you reading?
I'm reading.
I know. Oh, I'm gonna.
Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune. It is the sequel to The House on the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune, obviously.
He's fantastic.
Literally. So I was talking with Kevin or Ray. I don't know who runs their Blue Sky, but we connected really early.
Okay.
And it was really awesome. So I posted a picture of that, and I was just like, this is what I'm reading, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, oh my God, I love T.J. Klune. His writing is just, like, it just seeps into your veins, and you feel like
adult.
You are magical. I know.
Yeah, these are young adult novels,
yep,
which are my favorite genre.
It's like there's magic in there. It's not a straight, like, it's not a novel, I wouldn't say.
No.
Because there are all these, it's all about, like, magical youth and magical beings, and they're this whole subset of society, and...
Yes, but not... I didn't even think of them as magical because I can get really...
It's not fantasy. Like, it's not like ACOTAR or any, like, it's not at all that.
No, it's very much, they're very human.
Yeah, they're treated as, like, it's...
I know, it's hard to explain.
It's really hard to explain, but it's just
so good.
A great reason to pick it up and read it for yourself because it's fantastic. There's a love story to it that just, like, makes you melt into a puddle. And it's all also, it's, just like a huge metaphor, basically. That's all I'm going to say. But there is a lot of it that just feels so relevant, and it feels like such an important story, both of them.
Yes, I agree.
So it's fantastic. It checks all the boxes. It is a great read. It is a YA, so it really is...
It's a fast-paced. Easy. Because I went to reread the first one thinking, I've forgotten and I want to read the second one. And
you don't have to.
It's kind of like, no, I don't need to do that. Now tell me this, though. I think I liked Under the Whispering Door even more.
Is that the one with the cafe?
Yes.
Yes, I love that one. That one will forever live right here.
And I am dying to reread it. I think I might download it.
You should.
And
we
listen
should do it
to
together. I loved that one.
Yeah, it was so unusual and...
It was a lot, but I remember, like, the fact that I can even tell you what it was just by hearing the name of it tells, it...
Yes, there was a bicycle involved that could only go so far.
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Yeah, it's I don't want to say too much.
Fantastic.
It was really, really good. And I read all his, the superhero
Me too.
ones.
I listened. They're fantastic listens.
I loved them.
So good.
Them.
And then Caitlin from Woolens & Co. Is that right? I don't know why my mind is blanking right now, but she commented on my post and she was like, have you listened to House of Puppets? Lives of Puppets?
I couldn't do it. I tried.
Okay, so I said I commented back and I tried as well listening, but I was also in a reading funk and I hadn't been listening to audiobooks a lot, so
I have it.
I do too, an audiobook. I bought it with a credit So I'm going to go back in and listen to it, though, because now I feel like I'm in this, like, TJ Klune, like...
It's definitely a brain flow, because when I was reading the superheroes ones, I was so, like, where's the next one? I think there's one that we haven't read. I think there was a newer one.
I need to check that out, because they have been my favorite listens.
I feel like I don't remember.
Audible. Let me see what I got going on here. So I'm reading that, and then there's a series of short stories that are all based around Valentine's Day, and it's called the Unlikely Meet Cute series, and it's all of these great rom-com authors. Christina Lauren, Tessa Bailey, who's the big one? Oh gosh. Emily, no, I don't know if Emily Henry was one of them. Hang on, let me go to Goodreads. I love Goodreads. Abby Jimenez.
Oh, she's my favorite.
And they are literally, you can read them in an hour.
I'm not a short story girl.
I am learning that I am.
I know. I say that the minute, I don't know, I'm a huge Stephen King fan. Mm-hmm. Say he comes out with a new book and then it's his short stories, I immediately, which is not fair, because I probably would enjoy them, but I want a big commitment when I'm reading.
That's so interesting, because I don't, for the reason that the minute I take under a big commitment of reading a book, like a novel, say like 400 plus pages, I'm like, but I need time to read all of these other books too. Okay. How am I going to read all these? But that's also just my anxiety being like...
Yeah, I'm definitely a bigger book person. Mm-hmm. As long as it's good. That's the other problem. It's got to be so good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm struggling finding really good books right now.
Well, it's the beginning of the year, so I feel like we're looking ahead to like all the book releases are going to start happening.
This Kristen Hanna is old.
What is it called again?
The Night Road. Pretty sure. Oh my gosh. All I want to do is listen to it. And then I'm going to be sad when it's over.
You really are. Oh, is it The Night Road?
But it's really, she's such a good writer, because
Night Road.
It is creating such a mixed bag of emotions for me. It would be a great book club read, because you could really look at like there's a mother involved that there could be a lot of conversation. I miss having a book club. There could be a lot of conversation around like, God, do you think that's okay? Or, oh yeah, I would do that. Or yeah, it's good. It's good. It's fun.
Okay, well, I have that on my Goodreads now, so I'm going to try and pick that up.
I wish you could share when you buy an audiobook. I don't understand why you can't. You pay as much.
That does seem kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I'll have to do a Google search.
Do a Google search.
Okay. Should we do quick TV and then sign off?
Yeah.
So I'm rewatching Schitt's Creek still with Justin.
Same.
It is like anytime we are in the same place. Oh, I didn't even look to see if we are in focus. Sorry if we've been blurry this whole time. This is the problem, is I feel like we just get chatting and I'm like, oh, right.
It hit me like, I hope we're recording.
Yeah. It hit me a couple times too, and then I saw the red box.
Okay, good. Okay.
We're good. Schitt's Creek. I mean, it's just, anytime I'm in bed knitting and Justin comes up early, I just throw it on the laptop and we watch.
The world needs to, that's such an appropriate show right now.
In so many ways.
In so many ways.
It's beautiful. It just makes my heart happy. And yeah, so we're watching that. And we also started Severance last night.
Which we just finished season 1. Mm-hmm. Season 2 is throwing me for a loop, because it's requiring a lot of
paying attention.
Not paying attention. It's making my brain work too hard to understand what's going on.
Do you think it'll be kind of like, how you rewatch season 1 and you were like, oh, this was
I think we're going to have to rewatch it immediately. Yeah. Immediately, because I feel like we need more pieces to understand it.
That you don't have yet?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then once we have them, I'm going to want to, you know how in a book,
when you already know what's going to happen, you can kind of see the pieces falling into place better.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, but it's good. And oh my gosh, what's his name?
Adam Scott.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and what's his name? Angelina Jolie's. No.
Oh, Christopher Walken. Not her. No, that's not her father.
Billy Bob Thornton is who I was thinking of, right?
No, she was married to Billy Bob Thornton.
Who's her dad? Are they similar to? Is it similar?
John Voight.
Reminds me a lot. Yes.
John
Yes,
Boyd?
100%.
Yeah. Yeah,
I Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken, and he's old.
He's been around.
Yeah, he's old. And it's so good. It's so good.
I'm really liking it so far.
The woman is just stunningly
Helly?
beautiful. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. The part that I'm finding interesting is I feel like a lot of the actors I'm not really familiar with, and it's such a big show.
They also have like even Adam Scott, who's the main character, who if you've watched Parks and Rec, you will know him as Amy Poehler's husband. His look is totally different. You know who he looks like in the show is Tom Cruise.
You think so?
The first couple of episodes, there are a few scenes where like it's just his eyes and his hair is very shaggy.
Well, his hair is crazy.
Yeah, and I said to Justin last night, I was like, has he always looked like Tom Cruise?
So tell me this, doesn't he have a weird makeup look?
Yes.
What's that about?
It's
so obvious.
I don't know.
Okay, so that
know.
wasn't my imagination.
I don't know if he was just overdone for the show. I don't know, but yes, I definitely noticed.
Obvious.
It's very different. Yeah.
And then, what's her name?
Patricia Arquette, who again, stunningly gorgeous.
She is unbelievable. And you've just started.
I know.
She's unbelievable.
She
has to have won.
Vibes.
She has to have won awards.
I can't wait to keep watching. It's a good one. Everybody told us, start Severance. And it was one of those things where it's like, we felt like we had walked away too much. We were like, well, we missed
But it's
the boat.
very unique. I wish I have such a thing. I must have been in another life like a movie director or a set, because I look at it and go, how did they create that?
Oh, well, and this direction is so cool because it's like you see, they do a lot of like aerial shots and there's a lot of like color. It's very retro vibes.
Very retro. And then the hallways. Like
the hallways. Oh my God. It makes me dizzy just watching. I'm like, where are you going?
It's very good. It's very different. And I watched it more than I thought I did already once. With Dad, which a lot of times his shows I don't really enjoy, so I half watch. I'm also not a great nighttime watcher.
It's hard.
So I watched it, and then when we rewatched, I remembered it, but I got it this time. So don't hesitate to start right over.
I mean, I probably will.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. Definitely watch it if you've heard about it and you're curious.
Yeah.
Well, okay, everyone. We've got some work to do around here.
We've got some photographing to do.
And listing of yarn.
We can get the Valentines up.
Yeah. But thank you so much for hanging with us. We really enjoyed these little catch-ups. And we're on the 2-week schedule.
I know.
I don't know how we're doing it, but we're doing it.
I do feel like we aren't on social media as much. So this is probably a better place to catch up with us.
Totally.
So make sure you... What do they say?
Subscribe and like.
And hit the bell.
And hit the bell for notifications.
Notifications?
We're YouTubers.
I would find that really annoying if I got notified all the
Same.
time.
Don't hit the bell if you don't want to hit the bell.
I just check.
Yeah. But if you do enjoy these videos, please be sure to like and subscribe so that we can gain more exposure.
Yes. And sign up for our newsletter. Because that is the main place that you get this kind of information.
So if you want first dibs on yarn, or if you want to be notified about like clubs and stuff like that, that's where you want to go.
Or if you really want to get the in-scoop, follow me on Instagram as Knit24 Periscope, because then you get to help name the yarns.
You get to be an active member of this business.
And I do, like, they will see these colors tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So they usually get first glance, and
they get notified of when they're listed.
Yeah,
first.
it's a lovely group of human beings. So
they're the best.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 o'clock.
Boom. And I'll link it.
So many followers right now.
So
like
good.
I'm finding like I'm not able to memorize names as much.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But it's all good.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you again to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. Yes. Don't forget, if you want to shop for your loved ones, head down to the link. You can get up to 25% off your purchase. And they have so many goods. They have so many heart things. They also have really nice just staple pieces that I live on. I'm always wearing. So yeah, head down, click on the link, and thank you again, Ana Luisa, for sponsoring.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Well, like we say at the end of every video.
Oh yeah, hold on. My project is embedded.
I don't know anybody else's sign off who requires
work.
seek and find missions. And you know what? My needles are not going to have anything on them, but I'm still going to say it.
Needles up.
Needles up. Thank you for being here. Bye.
Bye.